Hi, everyone. Welcome to the podcast. I'm here today with Rob. We have a very special treat today. I recently on Twitter posted this video of about 5 minutes long. I got it off of TikTok on my usual scrolling. It's a woman. She goes up to a series of men and she basically starts hitting on them. She asks them, she asks them like some question, and she tells them you're really cute or something like that. And I put this on Twitter, and you could watch the different kinds of reactions of various men. This got, as of now, almost 4 million followers. Rob retweeted and commented. And we thought it would be a very fun thing to get together and do a play-by-play of this, because I just love seeing these kind of gradations between men and how confident they are. So, Rob, what did you think when you first? So we're gonna go through it actually. So we're just gonna chat for a little bit, and then we're gonna go through it. And if you're listening to this on audio, you'll hear us and you'll hear the video, but you're not going to get the full experience, because people who are watching the video are going to see us watching it and then commenting on it in real time. So Rob,
Right.
go ahead.
Yeah.
Tell me what you thought first of all.
Yeah, I think it would be worth, if you're listening to follow along, at least when we're discussing the video, to see what it is that we're discussing. I saw you share this. I find it interesting, these kinds of, YouTube, TikTok style social experiments. Hot girl goes up to guys and hits on them, get their reaction. The first thing that stood out to me is there were varying levels of skepticism from these guys, which I thought made sense, and we can get into that more later. But she basically had a 100% success rate. Like if this was a guy going up to that many women, even if he was a very good-looking guy, he wouldn't have had the same level of success. And I cite some stats. This has been an actual study that's been carried out. There was one study, I think it's like Clark and Rosenfield 2000. No, the first one was from 1989, the classic Clark study. And then it was replicated more or less in 2011. They added some additional conditions, but the basic finding was more or less replicated in 2011, where you get an attractive woman to go up to a bunch of guys, and the majority of them will go along with her, give them their phone number, agree to go on a date, and even agree to go to bed with her. Whereas for an attractive male stranger, the numbers are very different. Some percentage of men will go along on the date, or rather, women will go along on the date. Women will give their number, and zero women will agree to go to bed with a stranger.
Yeah.
So that was, it was cool to just sort of see that live. And then to see the woman handle herself in these situations too, her reaction to each man. And I enjoyed sort of watching the whole thing, the reactions and all.
Yeah. And so I looked up who this I looked up this account. It's called Big DAWS, Big Doll STV54, and it's on TikTok. This video has 111,000 likes. So the
Mm-hmm.
video went viral. But the account is not that large. It's got like 23,000 followers, which I don't know about TikTok, but it doesn't sound very, very large. And who exactly this woman is, she's not in the other videos that I looked at. So she's kind of a mysterious figure. This might be
Yeah.
recycled content. This might have been taken from something else, like
It's hard to know. Everything gets, taken, repackaged, or yeah. I've seen versions of this, like, usually it's guys though, guys going up to girls and social experiment. Can I get a girl's number? But you seldom see the reverse, which is, I think, part of the novelty, because she's not only is she very attractive herself in this video, but she's like, she's wearing leggings. Her hair is like very well done. She's wearing a lot of makeup. And I think like this too, I think fed into some of the skepticism. I think like if she wasn't wearing makeup, if her hair was tied up, if she looked like she had just gotten back from the gym, but like a very well put together and attractive woman going up to, guys, some of them were good looking guys, some of them less so. But these guys were I think rightly skeptical of
They
her
were, but
approach.
I just tweeted out kind of snapping at the insults, because I looked at the replies to my post just now before this, and people were like, "What's wrong with it? They're just," and I just felt like it's like, no, like you need to be in a mindset where you can take advantage of opportunity. You shouldn't have this attitude that nothing good happens to you, and even if it is like a prank or something. First of all, you never know, because like women are weird. I mean, strange things happen in this world. And then even if it is, you still have a chance to make a good impression on her, and like whoever's watching, like whatever, like there's nothing wrong with being confident in that situation. There's nothing to lose. So this kind of, I don't begrudge the guys in this video because they span the spectrum, but I really hated this kind of incel reaction on
Yeah, I
Twitter.
saw some of the comments on your post there, and they were like, "Oh, this was an IQ test. If you fell for it, you're retarded, or whatever." And like, it's not. No. Like, well, I have a feeling that even those guys who are commenting, acting like internet tough guys, like, "Oh yeah, I wouldn't have fallen for this BS." Like, you're right to be skeptical. I would have walked away. I would imagine that if they were approached by a very attractive woman, they wouldn't just walk away. Like, it's very hard. I think even if some of the guys that she approached who were skeptical in that video, even they were like kind of astounded,
Yeah.
that this girl was talking to them. And then she asked for the number. And I think like even guys who are, incel losers, whatever, if an attractive woman says, "Hey, you're giving me butterflies, can I get your number?" Like, I think it's very hard to just like say no to
I think so.
that.
I don't know.
So
Maybe some of these are internet insults. I don't know. Maybe they are that far gone. But anyways, yeah. Let's just dive right in. I wanna watch. Let's watch this. Okay, so I'm gonna pull up this video. And Rob, I'll stop it in the middle. I'll do that. Let's try not to talk over the video because I think that usually doesn't work. I've been experimenting with the logistics of this a little bit, so I have control. So I'll stop it once in a while. Okay, so here's the video. People who are watching, you see this woman. She's got a very nice backside. She's got some strong thighs. She's got a white shirt on. She's got bleach blonde hair, and yeah. So and there's subtitles. There's subtitles too for people who can't hear, but you should be here. The audio should be good here. So let's dive right in. Okay.
Sorry, I just wanted to say that you're really cute.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, and you're kind of giving me butterflies right now. You know what I mean? Like, but
Okay. So this guy I thought was the most nervous out of all of them. Did you get that impression, Rob?
yeah, well, I think like because this is edited, and so I think you're going to open up with like kind of the most funny, awkward interaction. But yeah, that was my feeling too. And he looks like kind of a basic white guy. I think later in that video, because I remember this, I think he said he was a freshman. And so, if you're an awkward 18, 19-year-old guy and some hot girl comes up to you, I think like even guys who are generally confident are kind of unprepared,
Yeah.
especially in that environment. It's the middle of the day. He looks like he's walking to class or something. And he was like, "Whoa, what's happening? What's going on here?" And that is almost certainly the first time in that guy's life any girl has ever directly told him, "You're giving me butterflies." And she had to say it twice for
Yeah.
it to kind of register.
Yeah, he froze, and freezing is the worst thing. Freezing is like, the woman is not a bear. She's not gonna attack you or something. So if you're freezing, that's like a very, very bad sign. And he is kind of frozen here.
Yeah, and he has his AirPods in, so I think he was like unprepared for that interaction. He might have been listening to music,
Yeah.
he's listening to a podcast, and then suddenly the world intrudes on him.
Yeah.
I think generally, like that's a bad idea. Like if you're walking through life with the AirPods in, like you said, but you want to be open to the world, you want to be open to opportunities. And if you're a young guy without much going on, walking around a campus full of young people, you're building up your social circle, and you never know what will come your way. You shouldn't walk around like sealed off that way with the AirPods in, I think.
Yeah. Okay, let's go. Let's see what happens next.
like you're making me nervous. Do you have a girlfriend, or could I get your phone number? Yeah. Hey. So you had to think about that one, huh?
See, he's I think he was answering the first question. Do you have a girlfriend, or can I get your number? So she asked both questions together, and he said no, which I think he meant to. Do you have a girlfriend? And then he agrees to the number thing. So yeah, he's getting it.
He says to her, "Can I give you my Snap instead?" Which is so like Zoomer. Yeah.
Yeah. Can I give you my? Yeah. What is this, Snapchat?
This is Snapchat, and this is common, Richard. Like if you talk to Zoomers, where they're more comfortable, I think, sharing social media accounts, usually Instagram or Snapchat, and phone number. That's like, I think that is less common. It's not like unheard of, but I think generally when two people meet each other for the first time, like especially under 25, it's like, oh, let's can I have your Insta? This is weird though, because like if someone asks for your number, I wonder why he would respond with Snap unless he thinks, I'm thinking like, okay, does he think this is a scam and he doesn't want to give his phone number away because that feels personal, or he gets spammed or something? Whereas on Snapchat, like it's easy to block someone or remove them from your following. I'm just wondering, like, why would he not just take the number? But
Yeah.
Snapchat is it's a common way to exchange contact info now.
So why Snapchat is like you record a video and you send it to someone and then disappears.
Or a photograph, like you could just like take a like a selfie of yourself, or like a picture if you're at the beach. You take a picture of it, and then all of the people who follow you open up your Snap and they see, you know, the image of you at the beach. Maybe you can add like a little caption. It's kind of like Instagram stories. And a lot of people stay in touch this way. Even like friends will just like check each other's Snapchats.
But do you give each other words? Do you communicate? Do you send messages?
You can text, but then it's also programmed to like disappear. So I think with Snapchat, it's like 24 hours. You take a picture, you can send it to someone, and then it's programmed or timed to disappear within 24 hours. Or if you open it once, you can only see it once. And then same with text messages, where like you send someone text and then they have like 24 hours to read it, and then once they read it, it goes away. And I think like Snapchat became popular in part, when was this, like the mid 2010s, in response to like concerns about nudes. Like if you send someone a nude, like, oh, they might keep it, or they might upload it as revenge porn or something. But with Snapchat, if you take a screenshot of someone's Snap that they send you, they get notified. Like if I send you a Snap and you screenshot my Snap, my phone will like give me a notification. Oh, Richard just took a screenshot of your picture. And so this is a way to sort of police people's misbehavior around, I think, nude photos. But now people just use it for everything, for communication and whatever.
Okay, yeah. I mean, if that's his thinking, then this is a type 1 versus a type 2 error. Like if she's a scammer, you could always stop talking to her at any point. There's nothing she could really do with your number if you don't want to talk to her. So it's a kind of it's a weird thing not to take her number. This guy is,
well, he's not even taking her number. She's asking him for his number. And so
so he didn't take the initiative. Oh, okay. So here's the thing. Yeah, he didn't take the initiative. Let's see.
Yeah.
So
Hey. So you got to think about that one, huh?
Can I give you my Snap? And okay, so he's in the frame. He hasn't moved out of the frame. He's giving her something, right? So he can give her the number, or he can give her Snap. It never even crosses his mind. Give me your Snap or give me your phone number. This is a shocking lack of initiative here.
Yeah. Yeah, well, he's young though. I don't know. Like,
we're not sentencing him to death. We're just
I'm thinking like if you're, I think it's understandable. Like if you're 18, 19 years old, you're just generally going to be a little awkward and unprepared for these kinds of interactions, unpracticed at it, and yeah. But I do find that dynamic interesting. Where like, why not just give the number? Like, who cares? Does he really, like, what does he think is going to happen here if she takes his phone number, like use it for some like telemarketing scam? Like what's the fear?
Yeah.
And then, in that situation, like as advice, right? The right thing to do, like if that were to really happen to you, is you get her number, right? Like say like, let me get your number, or let me get your Snap or whatever, because men are expected to take the initiative for those kinds of things.
You know what? I think actually it's even you should even take more initiative in a situation like that. We'll watch some other guys do this, but you should try to get a date right there, because she is in the mood. Like women's moods change, and sometimes you just have to capitalize. You exchange numbers. You don't know what she's gonna feel like a day or two later. She's like that into you at that moment. No, let's go get lunch. Let's go for a walk. Come with me, right? Just start moving somewhere with her. I think that's like another level of initiative.
I think that's right. You could do like an immediate kind of like, what are you up to now? Like, we don't need to exchange numbers or whatever. Like, let's go get coffee. Let's go for a walk. Let's go hang out. Or like even tease her about it. Like, are you that hard up? Like, why are you going up to random guys like this? Like, tease her a little bit.
I think that's too much.
I don't think so. If she was that forward and that attractive, I think well,
no, you don't want to.
In the moment, you want to gauge the chemistry first.
Yeah.
But
No,
Yeah,
I think that's
I
going
think
too
some
far.
light teasing is
It,
all right, but then
he's
as long as you
teasing.
immediately follow up with, but like, yeah, like, yeah, of course you can have my number. Like, what are you up to now? Um, and yeah, I think like just generally being open to the world, right? Like I think like half the reason this guy is so stunned right now, he's still like catching up to what's happening because he's been up in his own mind all day, just like listening to whatever the AirPods in. He seems like not especially well socialized either. So
Yeah.
I think like it's not even this moment that's his issue. It's like his whole mindset, might over interpreting, but
No,
like he was not ready
that's
for
every
this.
case. That's every case. It's
Yeah.
never one moment. One moment is never.
Like the
It's
way
a
he
lifetime.
lived, like the way he
That's not.
like got up that morning, and
Yeah.
like the way he just generally approaches life made him unprepared for situations like this. Because yeah, like this case, like obviously it's a social experiment, he's on YouTube, whatever, but if he's in college for 4 years, it's not impossible that over the course of 4 years some girl in some situation will come up to you, maybe
Yeah.
not that forward, like, hey, you're giving me butterflies, can I get your number?
Yeah.
But like, hey, like ask you for directions, and then you guys are talking and she like is very clearly into you and you need to know how to handle
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. I would again. I would not. I would not do the tease. Do you always do this to guys? Because it's a woman. You want to tease, but being a slut, being desperate, or being a slut, it's okay. But it's like it's too true in that situation. It's too true. If it's too true, you could tease her, and you could tease her, but it's got to be some kind of a little bit. You got to leave her room. You got to leave her like I'm not. I'm judging. I'm judging you for doing this. Is actually a
Yeah,
bad
maybe,
thing.
maybe like especially as a beginner, you don't want to you don't want your teases to be misinterpreted. So maybe don't do that as a
Yeah.
starting
You
point.
don't.
Yeah.
You don't want to. Yeah. You don't want her to put. You don't want to take the frame that this is like actually something. It is. It is a. She violated some norm, but it should be more like, oh, I'm so awesome. Of course, you would only do this for me. That should be kind of the messaging. Okay. Let's go to the
Fine.
next one.
Sure. What year are you?
I am a freshman.
You're a freshman?
Yeah.
Oh, you're young.
Yeah. Even he asked this question. I am a freshman. Right. He's
Well, he thought about like I don't know if he thought about lying, but I think he wondered in his mind, how is she going to receive this? Like if I tell her I'm a freshman, she's going to think that I'm naive or a loser or something. Like should I say I'm a sophomore or should I say something else? Like he's a little embarrassed that he's a first year student and she's hitting on him.
Maybe.
And
Maybe.
that's what I think happened there.
Or maybe he's just still kind of stunned. But yeah, too much hesitation in that. But anyways, this guy's it gets better from here. Let's see the next guy.
Excuse me, sorry. I don't know where the SDFC is, and you kind of look like you work out, so I figured you would know. Uh-huh.
The ball walk.
Yeah. Okay.
Just keep walking.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, you're really cute.
Thank you.
Yeah, Lauren. Nice to meet you. Yeah, you play baseball? You guys got any games soon?
Okay, so this guy is, I think, this guy's obviously more confident than the other guy. He does seem kind of boring. Like he's not like freezing or like really nervous, but he's kind of going through the motions. Like, okay, here's the place to go. It's nothing. I don't know, he's not compelling. Like I don't know. What do you think about this guy?
Yeah, I mean, it's still early in the interaction, and she might be coming on too strong, where she's saying like, "Oh, you look like you work out and you play baseball," and asking him questions, and I think just very reasonably, he's wondering like what's going on here, especially in the middle of the day like this. For like, if this was at a party or a bar or some kind of social gathering, and she was coming on, I think he would be more relaxed and more flirtatious and more conversational. But I think he's a little thrown off by this too. Every guy, I think, in this situation initially is going to be a little thrown off. But he's also like not being awkward or weird or anything. He's just kind of answering the questions and going along with it, and seeing how things unfold.
Yeah, he's not being. Yeah, he's just kind of doing just enough to.
He's got open body language too. He doesn't look awkward the way that the other guy did.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Let's finish this interaction.
Yeah, we play this weekend.
Do you?
Yeah.
I'll be there.
Well, can I get a snap?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Not
All
again
right.
with the snap. Not again with the snap. Oh my god, what is with these kids?
I mean, that's how things go. I had a friend who he had a whole like protocol for how he did these things. Like, well, he would match with girls on apps, and then he would like talk to them on the app, like Tinder or Bumble or whatever. and then go from the app to Snapchat, and then after a few snaps they would move on to Instagram, and then Instagram to the phone number, and then phone number to a date. And he basically said like this was how he would build comfort with women. Now it's just like, you know, getting a whole entire sense of his social media presence and how he interacted on each platform. And each platform, it's like you're interpreting it differently, the feeling, the messages you're getting. And, you know, like by the time they met up, it felt like they'd went through these stages already of, you know, we were texting on this app, then that app, and now I know what your life looks like on Instagram, and now I'm meeting you in person. And I don't know if that's what this guy is doing, but there does seem to be this feeling that getting a phone number is like more personal than just social media.
Yeah, I guess I guess this thing makes sense. He you know, I think if you've got like a cool, I guess people must curate their Snapchat and their Instagram. They must make themselves look really cool. If you've got like nice body pics or pics of you doing something cool, that's going to be like a good signal. She'll go there and she'll see, well, I'm a cool
Probably
guy.
easier to carry on a conversation too, right? Like with texting. And I think like, you know, young people in general now are kind of like more awkward than they used to be. And so if you take a picture or send a snap, then it's like an immediate, like we have a conversation piece here about, you know, oh, I'm on a hike, or oh, I'm at the gym, or on my way to a game, going to the gym now. And then that creates a reason to continue the conversation.
Yeah. And you know what she does here, and usually this is the man's role, but she does it in the situations because she's playing the man's role. She's playing the aggressor here. She says, "Oh, you know, I'm going to be there at the game," right? She's creating a bridge to see him at a later date, which is something normally the man would do. It's kind of working it into the conversation. She's taking the initiative here, but that's like, yeah, something that men obviously do and should be doing. Okay, let's see the next guy.
You can put it in mine.
Which you don't go here?
Oh, I do. I just don't really know where anything is. Hey, excuse me? Hi, do you know what BAC is? I can't seem to find it.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
First of all, this guy is top two, and they're both black guys, of course. They have this sense. Look at his body language. He does not turn to her. He's like, she stops him. He's not afraid of her. He's kind of to the side, like, oh, I'm just on my way, right? He's not like stopping or changing or doing anything extreme on her behalf.
Yeah, but he's also like, I think that if part of the reason why he feels like a little ambivalent here is because she's an attractive woman. I think if he were just like some random guy, he would not like stop like that. And I think he would just be like, hey, sorry, I don't know where it is, or like it might be that way or whatever, but he wouldn't have stopped.
Yeah.
I think he's like, he wants to keep talking to her, but he doesn't know where this place is.
Yeah, exactly. So it's the perfect balance. Like he's not going to run away. If it's a guy, he'd say, oh, I don't know, maybe. And he'd I don't know, but I don't know. I'd talk to a guy if he asked direction, but I think he's in the right place. His body language is open. He's not shocked that a woman is talking to him in public.
Yeah.
And
well, also, I mean, like the part of the reason why it's like if she had went right up to him and said, "You're giving me butterflies," you know, like butterflies, he might have reacted differently. She approached him with a different opener, right? Like she said, "Do you know where the BAC is?" Whereas with the first guy, she was like, "Oh my God, you're giving me butterflies." And so, like, I wondered if she had approached the first guy by asking for directions first, he might have been more open to her. But the other thing is, like, neither one of these two guys have AirPods in, right? Like, he's holding his phone and he's, you know, checking whatever, but like, he's still alert and open to the world. And he's doing the right thing here. He's not like immediately giving her 100% of his attention. He wants to clearly keep talking to her. But he doesn't know where this place is. So he's like, you know, in his mind right now, he's like thinking, okay, well, I don't know where this place is, but I want to keep talking to her. So how do I keep this conversation going?
Yeah, exactly.